most fitness advice on here is Chihuahuas telling German Shepherds how to become Chihuahuas, right? Which is ultimately ineffective because of your bone structure. Bone structure. So much talk about bulky versus non-bulky. If I do a push-up, I'm going to start to have some defined shoulders. Like, I am a person who does a lot of Pilates, does a lot of yoga. I just started training upper body again, but I really haven't. I've been doing it for like a couple weeks because I actually do kind of want to look a little bit scary. But even if I don't lift, if I just do yoga, because my family naturally has shoulders, so I'm always going to have shoulders. And me watching people being like, this is how you get rid of arms, and this is how you have like tiny little arms. I'm never going to have tiny little arms unless I am emaciated or dead. Like, that would be the antithesis of my biology. And so watching that advice as if it's like really for me and going to turn me into like a very, very thin, like Sydney Sweeney arm person, it's just futile, it's not efficient, and it's simply not gonna happen for me. I think the media is leaning a lot back into heroin chic rather than like big ass Kardashian. So you're seeing way more people on here talk about weight loss, talk about how they went from bulky to not bulky. You cannot starve a German Shepherd into becoming a Chihuahua, and you cannot train, like a German Shepherd cannot do any specific exercises to become a Chihuahua. You also can't spot reduce. There's so much wrong with like all of the info on here, so just like be careful when you're consuming it, because first of all, not everybody has your best interest or their best interest. Not everybody is like really interested in their own mental health. They're interested in like keeping up with the curve, keeping up with the trends and the aesthetic, and they just want to make sure they're like doing everything right. There is no really like doing everything right. You need to first accept what your body wants. Like, I understand there's a certain threshold of how my body wants to be. I'm always gonna lean towards like bulking, but I personally don't mind that. And I know that if I'm doing any sort of fitness, I'm never not gonna have like muscular arms if I'm doing anything on my arms. Even if I was just running, like, your body is going to do what it wants to do. And at a certain point, you need to like accept that, instead of just being consistently looking up how to decrease bulk, how to be fit without getting bulky, how to increase glutes without increasing legs. That one, I hate that one. That one's sad. Be mindful of how you are thinking about yourself in relationship to like what your actual bone structure is, what your biological, like a lot of this is hereditary, and I think people really forget that, specifically when we're scrolling. Like, I think we really forget that and go, oh, we need to put down the weights and go run for 17 hours. Just be careful.